read something. But I'd like to explain why I made that choice as well. And it has a lot to do, actually, with the job of a professional historian and how we know the facts we do and what we might surmise from the facts we have, right? So sometimes, and I'll get into explaining that point and why I think it's so critical, not only to understanding Harriet Tubman, but to understanding actually the stories of a lot of women in history in particular. So, this is a novel, but in a way it's an attempt to unravel a historical mystery that I became aware of by visiting your town. Because as some of you know, as many do, and Steve Wise has told the story very well, on the night of June 1st, 1863, 3 Union gunships left from your wharf and left Port Royal to sail up through St. Helena Sound to the Combahee River. Now on board were 300 African-American U.S. colored troops. They were officered by a handful of white officers and also some black officers as well, but the top officers were white. Now they're going up a river that is not only defended by artillery at the mouth of the river, guns, big guns, but it's also defended by underwater mines, and it's infested with alligators. And there are people on the sides also shooting at you too, rifle pickets as they were called. So this is creeping up into what was then to the Union soldiers known as, and to black people throughout history, really was enemy territory. So they're going into enemy territory. They're led by a colonel who was once an associate of John Brown, when John Brown fought in what was known as Bleeding, Kansas. And so here's the mystery. How did these men, now by the way, the 300 troops were mostly brand new, fairly new troops, and they're going up against 10 miles away up this 25-mile river. 10 miles away are camped 2,000 Confederate veterans, a full Confederate army. So they're not far away. So the question is, how do these 300 men and these, what becomes 2 ships as one gets grounded, get all the way up this river, free, we think, 756 people in there, that number, burn foreign plantations to the ground, and get away without a scratch, with no one getting killed? There are a couple people killed on shore, tragically, but none of the soldiers. How do they accomplish this? Who was guiding them? Was anybody guiding them? And that's the mystery. And that's what I want to unravel and to tell you why I assert, as a historian, having listened to all sides of this debate, fully believe that the only explanation for this really is Harriet Tubman, the only possible explanation. So that brings me to my attempt to use this little guy who I'm just learning about, because this is not